A coalition of federal, military, state, and local agencies coming together in Los Angeles today for a first-of-its-kind workshop focused on nuclear detonation preparedness and first responder strategy.
There is a lot that cities can do, and they need to do it in the first few minutes and hours of the event.
We want people to seek shelter, stay sheltered, and stay tuned.
This is really an integrated, collaborative approach.
Coordination is key, and coordination through exercise is even better.
We can't do this on our own. You need the partnerships.
We have teams prepared to deploy on 24-hour notice.
There is no ramp up. There is no do-over. Once it happens, we have to be ready.
All right, you saw him right there, global security expert and retired Marine intelligence officer Hal Kempfer. He took part in today's first-of-its-kind nuclear detonation workshop. Thanks for taking the time out tonight. You know, we all think about we have to be prepared for an earthquake, but nuclear detonation, that's a whole other ball of wax. I'm sorry that we're having to even talk about this. What inspired this?
Well, Marla, several things. U.S. Northern Command of the Department of Defense has been pushing out exercises like this, but as you point out, this one is kind of a first of its kind. Never has there been something quite this big ever done. Global events really drive a lot of this. There's a lot of instability in the world order. You have countries like Russia, North Korea, threatening nuclear attack about every other week, it seems like. Countries like Iran, very unstable, trying to get nuclear weapons. And so the chance of a detonation, not the sci-fi thing where you see thousands of missiles like the end of a Terminator movie, but the chance of a single detonation in a big metropolitan area has become more likely. So like you said, earthquakes, floods, everything else, we have to be prepared.
So tell us what happened today. It's a two-day event. What sort of things are you going through? What did first responders learn?
Well, we had over 200 first responders, various levels of government, federal, state, local. We had private sector, critical infrastructure, everybody there. And this is a workshop prior to a big tabletop exercise where we're actually diving into the details. You know, what do we tell the public before the detonation, when we know something's coming in, after the detonation? What do we do that can possibly save hundreds of thousands of lives, maybe millions of lives? The reality is something like this, most of us will survive. And it's those important things we do before and immediately after, certainly within that first 72 hours, that can make all the difference. And these are the type of details we're working on today.
You know, that was when I watched the PSA, it did explain that more survivors than casualties on an event like this, which was surprising to hear and also made me feel a little bit better about that. So what does the average person do if this happens?
Three things, and we keep it very simple. Get inside, and stay tuned. In other words, get inside, get out of the outside where you can, where you're going to have the impact, the flash, the fallout, everything else. Get inside a building, get away from windows if you can, get as far inside the building. If there's a basement area or, obviously if a fallout shelter, that'd be great. But get inside where you can get safety. And then once you're inside, stay tuned. AM, FM radio is fantastic. By the way, cell phone system may be working. Other things may be working as well. You may be able to watch Fox 11. So there's a lot of different things to do to stay inside, stay informed. Then it's kind of like other disasters. We say have 72 hours of preparedness, being ready to be resilient, if you will, for 72 hours, self-sufficient. That's kind of the same thing here, that 72 hours. And that deals with a lot of things to include decaying radiation.
And quickly, I have to wrap this up, but does the same hold true, if I'm not mistaken, for the first responders as well? Because they can't respond right away.
That's one of the things we're working with. Yes, they have to go inside, stay inside. And then it's a lot of things we have to do to figure out where it happened. And based on that, that's when we can tell various different stations, responder areas or buildings, who can respond, how they can respond, what they need to do. So a lot of details, and that's what we're working on today. That's what we're working on tomorrow. It's very involved, but it's something where we're going to save lives, prevent greater suffering, and that's what it's all about.
We thank you for what you do. Important work out there. Hal Kempfer, global security expert. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Marla.